Hi, everyone. Good morning. 5:14 on the start of a Friday. Glad you're with us to start the day. It's a big Bills weekend here in Western New York. We got the Bills Chief 425 rather, Sunday.
It's going to be a big game.
It's going to be huge. This is something that everyone's going to be watching. Where are you going to be watching the game? How are you going to be watching it? Are you going to the game?
God, I hope to be on my couch.
Me too. I will be. There's no doubt about it. I'm not going.
Love being on my couch for a Bills game.
Especially at 425.
With snacks.
Right. That's going to be, it's a late enough game where you're going to get out late, but early enough.
It's a little too late.
Exactly. Early enough where you still can,
For us, it's like you finish watching the game, then you go to bed. 100%.
So we want to hear your voice this morning about how and where you're watching the Bills game. Then, Katie, you're also going to tell us about some buy now, pay later information.
Has anybody ever used this when you've bought maybe something a bit like a bigger purchase? Paul and I have used it a couple of times. Like there are different companies that offer these buy now, pay later plans. Affirm, for example, is one that I kind of highlighted in the show. It's another option when it comes to holiday shopping. It depends on how many payments you plan to pay, if you pay interest or not. So we'll take a look at those.
All right. Let's turn in with our TV viewers.
Good morning, everybody. It's 5:15. Happy Friday. So glad to have you as we look ahead to Sunday already in that big Bills Chiefs game at 425.
So we want to hear your voice this morning. Grab your phone, join the conversation. How and where are you going to be watching? Are you going to the game, or are you still looking for tickets, willing to pay that higher price for those tickets?
Plan to go to the game? Like, what are you willing to pay for tickets to is a great question. Also, we'd love to know, what are your predictions?
Yes. Bills
or
Chiefs?
The Chiefs are undefeated so far this season.
So we're also going to talk about buy now, pay later, some options that are available for you for the holiday season. But first, I'll look at some of today's top stories.
30 seconds to go. Move for Tomlin. Score!
The Buffalo Sabres winning against the Blues last night in overtime 4-3. The team down 3-2 in the third when Alex Tuch tied the game. Captain Rasmus Dahlin scored the game winner here. The team is on a 4-game road trip, starting with the Flyers. Puck drop from Philly is tomorrow night at 7.
Today, you can go see the new silverback gorilla at the Buffalo Zoo. Babatunde, an 18-year-old male western lowland gorilla. He got to the zoo in September. He's been getting used to his new environment. He's going to be integrated with the zoo's female gorillas, but it could take some time until they're all together. Right now, he's going to be in the habitat from 10 until 3:30. And also new this morning, tickets for the Festival of Lights, the Hamburg Fairgrounds, go on sale at 10. You can get the full experience ticket for just under $34 a carload. Then you can get a drive-through ticket. It's about $23. There are 17 dates. The festival is going to be open with lights, displays, photo opportunities, and more. So it opens November 29th from 5 until 10 p.m.
Can we go back to that zoo story for a second? That just rolled right off your tongue.
Babatunde?
Yeah, I'm impressed with you.
I was practicing saying it. I think that's how you say his name. I haven't met him yet. But
you will.
Yeah, so now he's at the, I love the zoo. So he's going to be there starting today.
Okay, the Bills take on the Chiefs Sunday afternoon, 4:25 in Orchard Park. Are you going to the game? Where are you watching? How much are you willing to spend for tickets? Felice, good morning to you. She's making a prediction already this morning saying Bills 34, Kansas City 31. She says it's going to be a close game.
I saw Jeff Baker say the Chiefs are going to be falling to 9-1 after this game. Melinda says she's watching the game at home with her family, and the Buffalo Bills are going to win.
Sharice, good morning to you. Glad you're with us. Go Bills. I'm watching the game with my family at home. And then Lori says watching the Bills at a friend's house. Go Bills.
I like Beth's comment too. Good morning. I'll be home this game. Love to have my drinks at home. Cheaper, stay home. I believe the Bills will win this one by a few points.
You know, when you talk about the cost of drinks at a Bills game, you can go there and spend probably $100 easily on a couple of
Truthfully,
drinks.
It's not just Bills games. It's like events. Any of those big stadium, arena events. What do you know?
I know you're kind of held captive.
It is
there,
what
right?
it is. Yeah.
Mary says, I'm staying home. I got to tour the stadium a couple of weeks ago. It was awesome, she said. What was your favorite part about it? What did you get to see, Mary? I'm so interested. That's one thing that I would love to do is just tour the stadium and get a really, different perspective of what goes on there.
We should see if we can get you on the team.
Yeah.
Mark says he's watching the game at home the day after his birthday. Happy birthday to you. Jeff says he'd much rather watch at home, be smoking some food, and drinking some tea.
Yeah, thank you. No kidding. Speaking of tea, we all need it a little bit these days. Denise says it's a little nail biter for sure. Felice says we're watching the game at home on an 85-inch screen. That's huge. And then Energy Radio Buffalo says parking areas went up drastically in the past few weeks near the stadium. That's interesting.
Yeah. All right, very good. Well, good Bills predictions. I like that everybody said
Here for
they're
it.
seeing a W. Let's also talk about those buy now, pay later programs. Has anybody ever used those? I'm going to give you an example of one company that does it, Affirm. I've seen that one a lot. We've actually used it before. So what you can do is maybe make one of those bigger ticket item purchases, and then you pay it off in certain payment plans. Some of them, like a lot of their 4 payment plans, you can get with no interest, which is really exciting for a lot of people. You're paying it off, right, over the next 4 payments. You're not paying anything additional. There are some other payment plans where, yes, you do pay some interest. It just depends on how you sign up as you check out. You want to make sure you're reading that fine print. But experts are saying a lot of people are going to be using these this winter and this holiday season just because things are so expensive.
Felice says, I miss layaway. Kmart and Walmart used to have layaway. So is this kind of like the virtual option for layaway?
In a way, kind of. I would say it's a good comparison. Layaway, Felice, is something I'm going to take a look at next week because I did find one store that still does layaway, but you're right, so many have done away with it. And Amazon was actually doing layaway for a little bit. And just, I want to say last month in October, they got rid of theirs.
I wonder why layaway is being kind of put to the wayside. Is it a thing of the past because people aren't paying or they stop paying? Like, I wonder what the impetus is here.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. So Felice is saying now she's going to shop QVC and HSN. Mary says they've got a payment plan with no interest to pay for their new roof.
Oh, there
Perfect
you go.
example.
Julie McQuay, I use my own credit cards and pay them on time.
Absolutely. And Grace is saying she does debit cards, no credit cards, or all cash.
Interesting.
Now, see, that's the difference that people were saying. That's why some people choose these buy now, pay later, because you can pay in installments, but you're not paying interest if you get like that right plan. If you want to, again, check the fine print, but there are some that they offer where you don't.
Melly says debt is eating me alive. This year will be minimal and Amazon driven. So yeah, everyone having trouble making ends meet. This might be a good way to help.
And funny, Melly should say Amazon driven because online shopping and online purchases are expected to go up even more this year.
Wow.
Yeah, like I think they said they are expecting people like 11% more online shopping. It's just so convenient.
Needless to say, time is ticking to get your holiday shopping done. Time ticking for us here as well. It's 5:21. Aaron's going to be tracking your 7 weather forecast after this.